we're gonna bring it back to the roots of the channel with some Reddit Today I Learned. So let's learn some random stuff here. Posted by Whitney with a 4,300 and counting upvotes. Today I learned Robin Williams' autopsy revealed he had about 40% loss of dopamine neurons, and almost no neurons were free of Lewy bodies throughout his entire brain, and a brainstem from Lewy body disease. Most of you actually know what dopamine is. I think, in short, it is a hormone that is responsible largely for our motivation, whether we want to do something or not. It's involved with our reward system as well. We release it not only when we are rewarded with something, but when we're actually like engaging in the pursuit of. Posted by Sabato 9 hours ago. 8,900 upvotes and counting. Today I learned about the 2004 disappearance of journalist Guy Andre Kiefer, who was kidnapped and disappeared investigating extreme financial corruption and allegations of child labor used in the production of cocoa in Africa, going all the way up to the Ivorian first family of Cote d'Ivoire. Ivoire, I don't know how to pronounce that. It's from Wikipedia. Or I feel like we're going to get into the weeds in that one if I try to pick apart the word. I'm already stumbling on the words in that one, but yeah, there's corruption everywhere, man. If you go too deep, a lot of investigative journalists getting taken out the higher up they go, right? Next one posted by Queen Oops, 2,400 upvotes. Today I learned that prior to the 1920s, up to 70% of children in parts of the United States had goiters due to iodine deficiency. Hey, what's a goiter? Is that like a boil or a bump or something like that? Oh, that's promoted. Yeah, I didn't know. I thought there was a comment of nothing but these like waves or something. And I was like, why is that? Are goiters made of water or something? D Hammer 79 says, and that is why iodine is added to table salt. Only Ever 42 says, yep, came here to say this. Most food in the U.S. has essential. I like how they put a UL. I don't know if you can see that because I'm in the way. Minerals added to make sure these kinds of deficiencies don't happen. You might get fat eating Wonder Bread and Skippy peanut butter, but you will never be nutritionally deficient, and that is a beautiful thing. Yeah, and both those things, it doesn't hurt that they're delicious. Skippy peanut butter and Wonder Bread, it's so that, look, nutritionally, so many more things smoke it, but they're delicious. I love white bread and anything really. What a white bread salami sandwich with cheese and tomato. Why am I just naming random foods all of a sudden here? Next one, the freshest scone. 140,000 upvotes. This better be absolutely incredible. Today I learned that the Animal Planet reality series River Monsters ended because star Jeremy Wade was able to catch essentially every exceptionally large freshwater fish species on Earth, leaving no remaining content for the show. And guess what? You now have 140,001 upvotes, because yeah, that's worth it. Dude canceled himself. Dude ended the content. That's the goal, right? I guess I told myself the goal of this channel is to get to the point where like I run out of cool stuff to talk about. Fortunately, it looks like there's enough content in the world to provide that, but this dude caught, literally, he did every challenge. He beat everything. There should be some sort of an award for that. McDees, he says, I'm not surprised. Lol, the dude went out with a plan every episode and executed that plan. Cool. Electrical Swimming 9 says, I just remember the one fish, I want to say it was the Nile perch, that he couldn't get even after extending his time by weeks and traveling hundreds of kilometers, and then a season or two later he came back for round 2. Let me read one more because this is kind of interesting. N.W. Cray. Whoa, he's writing a lot. Okay, I guess it's a story about the guy I met, Jeremy Wade, about a decade ago. He was giving a lecture at the National Aquarium in Baltimore. I was a huge fan of the show, so of course I went. Afterwards, he had a book signing, so I bought a copy. I was last in line, and he was chit-chatting with each person who got an autograph. In the quick conversation, I mentioned where I was originally from. Turns out he'd literally just been there to film about invasive carp on the river. I was due for a refill on my wine, and no one else was in line. He grabbed a water and we just stood there shooting the breeze for a while before he had to go. Really cool dude. Okay, thank you for your service. Posted by Yeast to Infecto, 1,488 upvotes today. I learned in 1988 a tradie named Gordon O'Connor alongside his camel Carla defeated dysentery, kidney failure, the Australian outback, and the SAS to win the world's longest animal endurance race. Right on. Is that like Hidalgo with camels? 437 upvotes today. Should I look at any of the comments on that one? Do I care? I mean, it's a camel success story. Does anyone care about camels? Let's click on it. 79 comments. 79 people cared to comment, so let's see what they said. Loud Minority says, what is a tradie? Dude, I was going to ask that. I was going to ask what a tradie is. Kramex72 says, handyman, term for plumber, sparky, chippy. And Lasso Train says, today I learned that asking an Australian for a definition just raises more questions. Whatever, shut up. Yeah, just add an IE at the end of it. Budgie, right? What do they call, I don't know. I just know everything is a something E. And I forgot the words for it, but there you go. It tells you right there. A tradie, a sparky, a chippy. What's a chippy? Is that a woodworker? Because I like wood chicks, and then sparky electrician, right? Okay, let's move on. You Italians. You Italians are funny. You Australians. Very funny. I like it. I like the playful terminology. I did it. I dig it. Should read about Crocodile Dundee, actually. Probably hate that. Do Australians like Crocodile Dundee? Or the original guy that was named after? I know he was a fugitive and actually died in an FBI shootout. I think not an FBI, like an international kind of manhunt thing. How did that go? Any Australians? 441 upvotes today. I learned if you plant an apple seed, the tree that develops from it will not produce the same apples as the ones you planted. This is due to the fact that apples are cross-pollinators, which means they require pollen from other types of apples to grow. It's so funny that I talked earlier about running out of content. That would be the goal of this. If you go back to one of the first TILs we did, you're actually going to find something very similar to this one. Okay, next one, 393 upvotes. Lurkety McLurkington posted 3 hours ago about 400. Are we going to see the 400th upvote? Come on, it's at 399. Go 400. Go 400. Go 400. Today I learned the car chases in the movie Ronin used right-hand UK cars with fake steering wheels on the left side for the actors to use, had 300 stunt drivers including Formula 1 and rally car drivers, and all cars were going full speed at over 100 miles per hour. That's crazy. Wow, 100. Can you imagine? Iron Wolf 56 says, what color is the boathouse at Hereford. I never saw it, so I don't know what the references are going to be, but I still find it very impressive nonetheless. Herbie2189 says, this plus Born Identity are just the pinnacle of car chases for me, though Ronin probably gets a slight edge because there's no music or score under it, just ambient noises and realistic engine soundtracks. I love that so much. Hey, oh my god, you know what? I don't even want to do a trivia question. I just want to ask you guys a question, and then out of all of those, I'll pin one, okay? What movie? This is so, like, niche. If anyone's even going to answer this, I don't even know because it's a difficult question. What film can you remember that was just ruined by the music? There are so many films out there where I'm watching them and I can't even recall any like off the top of my head, but I'll just be in the theater or I'll be at home and I'll be watching this. The dialogue is great. The cinematography is phenomenal. The acting, everything is good. The dialogue, it's so difficult. Dialogue kills almost every movie, right? Is the actual clunky writing. You can have all of those things in place and then you'll just get some ridiculous theme or a horribly scored movie, a horrible score, and like it ruins everything, the entire thing. Can you think of any movies where the score ruined the movie? That's what I want to know. So that's cool that this, maybe I'll see Ronin just for that. I'm a huge fan of like music lists, and again, I've been playing music since I was a little kid. I've been playing guitar, technically piano, drums, not nearly to the extent as guitar, but I've been playing guitar since I was 10 years old, and I'm like, you know, big into theory, scalar analysis, modes, and style. I studied Joe Satriani's kind of shit and all those shredders from the 80s, so you know I like music. That's the bottom line I'm getting. It's not that I don't want music in my movies, it's that it needs to be good. It needs to match the actual thing. They're like one of the funniest scenes. I know I'm going off on a tangent, but Forgetting Sarah Marshall, awesome movie. Go see it if you haven't. I mean, rent it, see it if you haven't. The lead, Jason Segel's character in it, is not a Foley artist, but he's just he's a scorer. He's the composer, but it's like on the fly for a television show, and it's a long story short, but there's just a scene where there's like supposed to be this crime investigation, and he's scoring it so you can hear the music that he's putting to it in real time, and instead of like a serious theme, he adds like the Seinfeld, you know, while they're in this serious moment, and you can see how ridiculous it looks. That was just an aside. I didn't even need to say that, but I was reminded of it. I should do a Forgetting Sarah Marshall reading. Dude, I should do a Russell Brand / all this Snow reading. Get him to the Greek. Yeah, Apatow and Russell Brand, big fan of any of their collaborations, and just Russell Brand on his own. His thought is so free-flowing. It's very, very impressive. My Bird Buddy, 4 hours ago, 405 upvotes. Let's make this last one. I gotta get to work, guys. Today I learned that the Avian magnetic compass of the European robin has been extensively researched and uses vision-based magnetoreception. I'd prefer magnetoreception, thank you, in which the robin's ability to sense the magnetic field of the Earth, for navigation, is affected by the light entering the bird's eye. Okay, I gotta go. That should be enough words clumped together in that paragraph to put your ass to sleep. Okay? I'll talk to you in the comments.